I hear a lot of men online saying they're going to the Philippines to get married. Now, keep in mind, many of these guys have never been to the Philippines. They don't know what the Philippines is like. They've probably never dated a Filipino woman, but they have their heart set that I'm going overseas and I'm going to marry me a Filipino woman. So they meet a Filipino online, they fall in love, and before they can go to the country and explore, they've already locked in to one female that they're going to marry. Now, take my advice. Living in the Philippines for 8 years, I barely scratched the surface on dating and romance in that country. I've had long term relationships, I've had short terms, I've had disappointments, you name it, because there's so many females there. And once you think that you found one that you really like, you may be walking in the mall one day and all of a sudden you see a woman that blows your mind. So you really have to know what you want. And you can't find what you want just by talking to someone online and deciding to fly over there and get married. It doesn't work like that. And there are those cases where a guy may meet a girl online and it works out perfectly. And if that happens to you, more power to you. But that's not the case all the time. But just a word of advice, don't jump into any relationships until you actually have been there in the Philippines and to see for yourself. Once you've been there for a while, then you can start forming some serious relationships. But don't do it over the internet and from a distance. Travel there, see what it's like, then start building relationships once you do that. That's just my advice. So let me tell you a story. Many years back, I had a girl that I was with for a while. I loved the girl, for sure. But we was always fighting and getting into it. She was one of those women who was very strong-willed. Couldn't tell her nothing. She was educated, had a good job, just a hard-headed type person. So after a period of time, I got tired of it. And I met another girl. She was the exact opposite. Had a good attitude, always smiling, very beautiful. She had, one child, and we hit it off very well. Now, this other girl that I was with, she never cooked. She rarely would clean because she worked all the time, and, that's understandable. But this other girl, she was very domestic. She cooked meals. She'd come to my place and clean up. She'd do all kind of stuff, the things that many men enjoy in a woman. So I fell deeply in love with this girl. And so it came a time where I had to come back home to the United States. Because, you can stay in the Philippines for a certain period of time and then you have to leave. And then once you come back, your time starts over. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go and visit my family. Now, keep in mind, me and this girl, we had just started dating. And it was probably a couple months. But we fell head over heels in love with each other. And I went to visit her. And I was sitting at the boat dock waiting for my boat. And I had to make a decision. Should I leave and try to cultivate this relationship or go back home, see my family, and try to come back afterwards? And, she sat there on the phone with me and she begged me, oh, don't leave. She was crying. She was upset. She said, we miss you already. And I was thinking, man, I already got a ticket home. I'll go home and do my thing, visit my family, and then I'll come back. So, sometimes things don't work out the way you planned them to. So I made the decision that I would come home to the United States. So when I got home, we were communicating over the phone. And you have to understand this. Every Filipino woman you meet someone is going to be influencing them. Their relatives, their friends, someone's going to be in their ear trying to get in their business about your relationship. Don't get it twisted. The girl you have right now, somebody's talking to her. Whether it be good or bad, they're talking to her about you. So, one day she calls me up and says, my relative is in the Middle East, in Dubai, and they want me to come to Dubai. And I said to myself, if this girl goes to Dubai, it's going to be over with, because she was fine. And I can only imagine in my mind, when those rich Arabs see her, they're going to be all over her, and it'll be over. So I argued and fought with her. I said, don't go to Dubai. Just, stay there, wait for me. But guess what she did? She went to Dubai. She gets to Dubai, doesn't like the job she's being offered, doesn't like the weather, it was too hot for her. So she packs her stuff and goes back home to her family. Now, meanwhile, I'm in the U.S. and I'm on my way back to the Philippines. And I told her, I said, look, I want to get married. So, the genius that I was at the time, I went and bought a ring, a nice ring, before I left to go back to the Philippines. Now, when I got back to the Philippines, she wasn't acting the same as she was acting before. So I told her, I said, look, I want to come visit you. She didn't want me to come visit her. And you know the story, how it goes. I ended up having to get rid of the ring because it didn't work out. Now, let me tell you this, guys. Many of you who are planning to go to the Philippines, you're going to do like I did at the time because I was stupid. You're going to waste your money, and you're either going to buy her a ring in the United States or when you get to the Philippines. Since then, I've become a lot wiser and know better not to get myself into certain situations when it comes to dating and marriage in the Philippines. Now, some of you don't know any better. And right now, you're heading down that same path of jumping into a relationship with a woman that you don't even really know. Fast forward, that same girl got married to some European guy. And you know what he did to her? He got her married, locked up, because he knows there's no divorce in the Philippines. And he's gone 8 months out of the year. And now she's miserable because she has an absentee husband who's rarely there. I firmly believe that he has another family in his home country. And he goes away for 6 to 8 months and then comes and sees her for a while and pretends that he's been at work. That's my opinion because I've seen it happen before. And every so often, she'll message me trying to get me to lend a sympathetic ear. But guess what? I've moved on. I have a younger, more attractive young lady who I've been talking with for a long time now. So she missed her opportunity. That's one thing, guys. When you go to the Philippines, you don't have to get these older women who have kids already, who are wore out and trying to demand you and put conditions on the relationship. There's too many younger females out there who don't have kids, who don't have baggage, that you can meet and have a relationship with. So, just something to think about.
Angie?
Oh, you see the medicine of my brother? You see? It is not enough. Oh, you see? But you don't understand my situation.
I do. I would understand more if you were a little bit more quiet about it.
You
So do you think yelling is
understand?
making
You
me understand?
understand?
Yes, I do. Of
What
course
you
I
make?
do.
What you understand? What you understand? Tell me.
I understand that you're doing a lot of yelling.
What you understand? You said you understand. What you understand?
I understand that your brother is sick.
Yeah, you understand. My brother is sick. Yes, he is sick. You don't understand me. I need 20,000 pesos to bring him in the hospital. You don't understand that because you only said care, care, care. After you care, you said money, 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 money. Now, now.
This is what you can do. The option is yours. The option is yours. I'm not mad, I'm not angry, I'm not upset, I'm not fighting. None of that. You have a choice, and I don't really. You make the decision. I'm at work. I get up at 2 o'clock. I take a lunch at 11 o'clock. Same thing, same time. You can unblock me, and we can address this, or you cannot unblock me, and we can just shake hands and part out. I love you, and I want you to unblock me because I want to resolve this. I want to talk to you, and I want to make things right. It's up to you. I can't make you. It is your choice. I do have to go, and you make a decision of what you want. It's all totally up to you. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to get a screaming match. I'm not going to yell.
I will
I'm not
not
going to get
unblock
angry.
you. I told you.
Okay,
I will not unblock
I
you.
understand.
I end our relationship.